Hello everyone, welcome to Passionately Intrigued Arts and more with Tracy. When the weather is beautiful and I can do it, I sit out on my porch with a project and enjoy the birds and the bees and the wind and all that is entailed with nature and work on a project. So that is what I am doing today. I have car fresheners. I do memorial car fresheners, and this is brother and sister who passed within a month of each other, and I'm doing a set of these for the family. I already did the brother. He passed first a month ago, and I did a set for the family. They needed one more of those, and then now his sister, which is my sister-in-law, passed, and I'm going to make a set of these for the family. That hyper speed was not working too well for me. It kept cutting off on me, so I am doing regular video. I'll speed it up when I edit. So I've gotten all of one side of the car fresheners taped onto the sublimation paper, and I'm going to start pressing these. So I have a portable Yoker heat press, and I just brought it outside. It's too hot to really heat up the house, and I wanted to feel the fresh air and just be outside. So it has this rubber mat at the bottom, but I need some pressure. I need something flat, so I have this bamboo. It's a desktop board, and I'm going to use this so that I can have something hard, not soft, to press the car fresheners into. So I'm going to, how many? Oh, let me cover that with a Teflon sheet. I don't want the, a Teflon sheet, you know what, I should put some paper down, because these might bleed into my Teflon sheet. So, let me do that. And this is just craft paper. Let me put the craft paper down. And it's curled up, so let me press it down so it'll be flat here. Press that down right quick. And I hope I have the pressure and the firmness that I need to press these. Okay, we got that flat enough, I guess. And I'm going to see how many I can fit on here. Probably do 4 at a time. I don't know. Yeah, maybe not even 4. Let's see. Okay, I'm thinking 3. Let's do 3. And then I'll put another piece of paper on top. And I can actually use a Teflon sheet for this part. So let's put this Teflon sheet down. I've got it set at 400 degrees and for 60 seconds. So let's push this board back. I hope this works. Push that back further. Put that down, and you hit enter, and that'll give you your 60 seconds. So I'm putting pressure on this by leaning on it, and let it go for the 60 seconds. And let's see how this first set turns out on the one side before I decide if I want to use my regular heat press. I thought about using the easy press as well, but then I could only do probably 2 at a time. The huge heat press is what, 16? 16? No. What is it, 20 by 16? I've forgotten, but I could get probably 6 or 8 on that one. But I don't want to heat up the house. I want to be in that one room and be so doggone hot. I don't have air conditioning upstairs in that room. So we're almost at 60 seconds, and we're going to see how these turn out. Okay, let me just lift it up. Oh, okay. Gotta hit okay to stop that beeping. Take that Teflon sheet off. And let's check it out. Let's check one of these out. Of course, it bled onto the paper, so I'm glad I put that paper down. And yes, they are hot. That heat press is putting off some heat. I got this from Amazon some years ago. Alright, let's see if I can take this tape off. A little warm, a little warm. I didn't bring gloves. No, I didn't. Oh, yes, it turned out nice. Okay, let me take all the tape off and show you. I got a little basket down here for the trash. So that's my sister-in-law's brother. That's one side. And she is the mother to my nephew, James. And James is the son of my brother, Jamie, his only son. So James has lost his mother and his father. The service was yesterday, and it was quite sad, of course. All right, let's do this one. So this is his mother. We always called her KK. Her name is Sandra K. And on this one, this side, I put, God has shined on me, has smiled on me, he has set me free. And then I didn't read. Her brother's name is Loney. And every move I make, I'll be missing you. Okay, let me continue. Take this one off and put 3 more down. Now this part, I'll fast forward because I have, 13 or 15 to do. Something like that. I might get 4 on here. So these I don't have cut in half, so let me see how we do with 4. How you doing? Good. Her favorite color was purple. So this paper I use, it doesn't bleed out on this side. How you doing? This is a pretty nice heat press that you could travel. It could travel with you. You could go to pop-up shops if you're doing t-shirts or whatever you might be doing at request, and you can move it around in your home to different areas. Like I have moved it outside. It just it doesn't lock down for pressure is all. You have to put the pressure on it like you do an easy press. Real convenient. Almost done. This is the last 3. I do have a couple more that I need to print out, but I'll do those off camera. Hit OK, turn it off, and then I can also turn it. No, I'm not going to turn it off because I have to do the other side, right? But I'll tape those all down and come back and heat press. Because what I'm doing is flipping these to the other side and putting the other picture on this opposite side. And I should have been changing this paper. Flipping it over or changing it, because this other side that I have to do, which the picture will probably be dark enough, but I have transferred ink onto this side. Doggone it. What was I thinking? I wasn't. But the picture's dark enough to where it will cover that up. It should. So let me get rid of this paper right now. Put this other piece down. And I'm going to flatten it. I guess that's going to be the quick press, right? I'm going to flatten this because it's curled. And I got this roll of craft paper from the Dollar Tree. Back when it was $1. I stopped that roll. Let's flatten that. And then, so it'll be ready. I am gonna turn the heat press off for now because it's gonna take me a little while to prep these other ones for the other side. Oh, stuff's blowing around. Hold on, y'all, hold on. Don't do that, don't do that. Hold that down with scissors. I just want to show you. A couple pieces of tape still in here. They are beautiful. Press is really vibrant. I can get them in order and get this tape off. There's another piece somewhere. Right there. And my fire pit is right there, and I'm going to put all that in there and burn it tonight. But look how pretty. Look how vibrant these are. Very. Just gorgeous. And so I put her on some steps leading to heaven in clouds, and then just put the sayings here on the side. All right, I'll be back. Let me prep the other ones for the other side, and we'll be back. I want to explain something and give you a little pro tip on making these. So the measurement of these car fresheners is 2.75 by 4, and so you need a little extra printing area so that you cover the entire area. So these first two that I did, you can see I rounded those corners with the print. I used the offset and rounded it. Well, in doing so, it doesn't cover the tips of this car freshener, so I'll have to use a permanent marker or something to fill those in. But the rest of them I printed with the offset being square. As long as you have a little bit on the outside with the offset being square, then it'll cover the entire picture. The image will cover the entire car freshener. So what I'm going to try and do now, I'm just going to do these two right now, because when you flip to the other side and you have to put the tape on here, I've got it on 4 corners here because it will shift, so I'm just trying to make sure I'm holding it down good. But I've got it on 4 corners here, and I have just one strip all the way across here. So I'm trying these two because a lot of times using the heat tape with the heat press, it will make the area underneath lighter. So hopefully that won't happen, because I would like to just take a strip and go across it to hold it on, as opposed to 4 pieces to hold it on. A little less work. So I'm going to heat press these and see how this works out. If it's light across her body, then I might do all 4 corners, or I might just put a strip across the top and a strip across the bottom. But that's using a lot of tape, so more than likely I'll use 4 corners if it doesn't turn out right. So that's enough babbling. Let me put these down and try these two and see how it comes out. Give it that 60 seconds with some pressure. I'm just pushing down on it at 400 degrees. Beautiful day out here today. I think it's going to get up to 86. But it is before noon and it's not quite there yet, but it's getting there. Especially with the heat of this heat press. Do any of you craft? You crafters craft outside? Sometimes take your stuff out. I know 755 Media paints outside sometimes, and I'm going to do that too. I've done paint pours outside, and I've used the heat press outside, and sometimes I'll sit here outside and crochet or do other crafts. Alright, I was trying to talk through that 60 seconds. Hit OK, and let's check out how this heat tape did and what I'm going to do with the rest of them. Alright, let's take the 4 corners off first. Ooh, that side turned out pretty as well. Oh my gosh, it's hot. Just gotta deal with the bugs out here. The bugs and the bees. Okay, so I don't see any difference on the corners. It doesn't look lighter to me on the corners. But look at the other side. That turned out vibrant and beautiful as well. So this is KK here many years ago, because that's my nephew James when he was like, ooh, I don't know, he was young, 7, 8, and then that's his brother. I mean, yes, his brother and sister, his other brother and sister. And then I put on here faith, hope, and love. So battling, just giving you an inside story, a little story. And like I said, with those curved offsets, it leaves the edges white. And you know I don't like that. I'm too OCD-ish, so I will be covering that. All right, let's check out the one that I put the tape all the way across. Hopefully this works and it doesn't lighten the image on this side so that I can make it easier just to cover it with one piece of tape. And let's see. It looks fine. That's what I'm going to do. It looks fine. It doesn't look, there's not a light band across there. Good. And so the other side. All right, let me tape up the rest of them and continue. And I will not use this. I'm going to flip it over to use the other side, and then I'll be cutting more. Okay? Okay, let's do this. I put the tape all the way across. Saves time. Lots of time. All right, let's check it out. Oh, turn it off. Okay. So I want to show you Loney's, the other side to Loney's. Ooh, hot, hot, hot. And so it says, "Fly high, big brother." So they only needed one more of these, but I have to do a couple more for KK. I think I'm going to do one more so they can have an extra one if they want to give it to a family member. Looking beautiful. Now, these are the ones that I pressed on this paper with the blowout here and got ink on this side. You can't see it. These are so dark you can't see it. So they turned out great. I'll keep going. And I'll come back when I finish pressing the other sides to the rest of these. Okay, I'm done with this section of the tutorial with the pressing, and I'm going to figure out a fragrance, an essence oil that I want to soak these with. Not soak, put a few drops. And this paper that I use that doesn't bleed through, it is, bought it about 3 years ago, maybe longer than that. I bought it some time ago. It is called, honestly speaking, Sublimation paper. And so it does not bleed through. Somewhere on here it tells you that it doesn't bleed through. I don't know, somewhere. Anywho, she has a YouTube channel. I haven't seen her in quite a while, called Silaholics Anonymous. But I did order this some years ago, and that was the last of this 8.5 by 11. I do have larger sizes still available. And another tip I want to let you guys know before I go on to the next step is make sure you take your time and that you tape these down so that they don't move, because this felt does not adhere to the tape does not adhere very well. That's why it's good to go all the way across. And then also make sure that you're putting the sublimation side down on top of the sublimation paper. Like when I flip these over, the blank side has to go onto the sublimation image. I had some taped the opposite way, but I didn't heat press them. I caught my mistake. Just to let you know, take your time, do it right so that you don't waste your materials. Okay, so I'm going to carry on, get things prepped up for the fragrance, and then once we do the fragrance, I put the elastic on these and then I place them in a bag. See you soon. Okay, y'all, the next thing I do is prep the elastic. So the felt air fresheners blanks come with elastic so that you can put through the hole and hang it on your rear view mirror. And I believe you get about, I don't even remember, 50 or 60 of these, depending on who you order from. Some are 30, some are 20, but I got a bigger pack, 50 or 60, I'm not sure. Had them for quite some time. So I've already prepped these, and I just eyeballed. I cut it about 8 inches, just enough cord so that it can go through, tie, and be able to stretch over the rear view mirror. So I cut them ahead of time before I start with the oil so that they're ready. Move those out of the way, and then I wanted to show you what I did with the ones that I used the offset and Cricut, and those white ends were showing. I just used a marker, and this is what is this? A paintbrush marker, and just went over these corners to hide that white, so you don't see it. I had 2 of them like that, and I took care of that, just so that you know you can fix up your mistakes if you make a mistake. So what I'll do now is you can use anything you want. Plastic, tin container, just something to set the air fresheners on once you put the oil on. So I've covered it with the craft paper, and this was just cardboard, extra, something that desserts or something came on. I just kept it to use for my crafts, and I covered it with the craft paper. So I'm going to use two different smells, essence oils. I have patchouli, and then I also have the lavender oil. Yeah, because guys and girls will get these, ladies and men. Maybe I'll just use the patchouli. That could be for either or. I don't know if guys like lavender. I don't know, whatever. So, what I do, so I'm going to start with the patchouli, with this one. Just draw some up in your vial. And some people put it all over, put it on the image. But I find that it kind of bleeds a little bit if you do that. This oil reacts with the ink. So I just take it and try to go along the edges and let that soak in to the edges. So I'll go over it all the way around to give it enough fragrance, and it smells so good. Oh my goodness. And just let that oil soak in, and it absorbs really well with this felt. So I'll just take it all the way around to give it enough fragrance to last. And now with these car fresheners, once the fragrance runs out, it'll last quite a while, but once it runs out, you can freshen these again yourself. All you have to do is put a little oil on it. Okay, so that's one, and I just set them on here until I finish to let them dry. And keep a couple paper towels, because you're going to spill oil or get it on your hands. And I'll do one more, and then I'll do the rest of these off camera. Trying to condense this video as much as I can, but also trying to show you the steps that I use to make these. And they're becoming quite popular now with, unfortunately, with the deaths, with me making memorial car fresheners, because they'll last forever in your vehicle or wherever you'd like to hang it, and then you can always refreshen it. Look, I don't remember if I did the top. I think I did. Okay, so I'll continue on with the rest of these, and I'll come back after I have put the essence oil on each one. Then we'll do the elastic, and then I'll show you how I bag them up, and it'll be a wrap. I will be done. Since I've started this one already, let me just finish it up. And I ordered these essence oils off of Amazon as well. The fragrance is awesome. I think I'm gonna do some lavender too. I don't care. I'm gonna do some lavender because it smells so good to me. All right, I'll be back shortly. It's Sunday, and someone's cutting their grass. Sorry, and it's gotten a little hotter out here. I've got a fan on my neck, and if you can't hear me because of the lawnmower, I apologize. But I've gotten the oil on all of these, and I did half of them with the lavender and half with the patchouli. And so now you just take your elastic, fold it in half, even it up, and you'll stick this loop through the hole. Take it through, do a slip knot. So you bring the other two pieces through the loop. And I got gloves on so I don't get that oil on me. And make sure that they are even. Let's get that even. Pull it tight and tie a knot right here at the top. And I think I'm going to take these gloves off. Yeah, I'm just going to have oil on my hands because it's a little difficult to tie these knots. Tie a little knot at the top. I try to bring it as close to the end as I can. That way you're giving enough room so that they can open this up and put it over the rear view mirror. I'll continue on, and then we will bag these up. I'll do one more on camera, and then I'll do the others off camera. And I usually put the elastic in the hole after I put the oil on, because like I said, that ink can bleed, and then it will bleed into the elastic and change the color. Okay, be back shortly. That step with all of these. Next thing I'll do is place them in the cellophane bags. And I got this. This is another purchase from Amazon. I have a business account with them, so I get a discount on the things that I purchased from Amazon. And I think these are 4x6. I'm not sure. Had them quite a while, and you get quite a few. So I place them in the bags to seal it, and they look like this. All I do, open up that bag, whichever side you want to be in the front, you place it on the long side, the side that has the seal. So I'll take the picture of KK, and I'll put the elastic side down into here, push it all the way to the bottom and try and even it up. Peel it and seal it. I'll do the rest. Come back when I'm done. I have finished, and I'm going to, it's gotten hot out here, I'm going to package these up and take them to my nephew, and I've made some banana bread for him. Hello, and also, hi, how are you? Good. Good. Yep. Amazon is here. Thank you much.
No problem.
Have a good day. And I also made him some cast iron skillet cookies. So I'm going to package up all this stuff and take it to him. And blessings, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you for crafting with me outdoors. It's getting hot out here, so I'm going to turn the air conditioner on in my car and hit the road. Toodles, peace and love. Hit that like button, please, and thank you. And I welcome new subscribers, and thank you for being here, OGs. Your support is very much appreciated. Deuces. I'm out. We'll see you in the next video.